Shout out to all my Patreon gods and goddesses. I am the Spiritual Goddess here for another video. Today's video, we're going to talk about Nicki Minaj. We're going to be talking about her rants against Jay-Z, RocNation, Desi Perez. We're going to talk about how Beyonce feels about all of this, what's going to be the outcome, everything of that nature. If this is something you're interested in, stay tuned. If you're watching the clip on YouTube, I'm gonna do the commentary first, and then we'll do the tarot portion on Patreon. So make sure you guys, if you don't want to watch the full video, you subscribe to my Patreon. It's very affordable. And if you choose the yearly package, you do get free readings for 1 year. So check that out, okay? Alright, so let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Okay, so Nicki has been going on a rant, and some people say, I personally think she's been calling out Jay-Z for a long time. There's been some tensions there for quite some time with Jay-Z and RocNation. So, if you follow Nicki, you know what's going on. She made some claims about Jay-Z owing her some money. And then she even allegedly identified with Demori's claims. If you don't know who Demori is, she hasn't made claims against her own mother, Desi Perez. Okay, so let's get into the commentary. So, the thing is, and I put this on my community wall, what I don't like is, I don't like how people are trying to portray Nicki like she's wrong just because you don't like how she's saying it and you don't like who she's talking about. You have people making it as so she's wrong for being outraged about her money, for speaking up. You know, I've heard everything. I heard people say like she should just sue Jay-Z if she has an issue and different things like that. The whole standpoint I come from is this: how many times have we heard artists from the past talk out or speak out about the industry? Hell, we can talk about Michael Jackson. Prince has spoken out. Mariah Carey has spoken out. Hell, even if you want to go back in the day, we have blues singers. Have you guys seen Cadillac Records? Different people have spoke out about giants and different people in the industry before. So to tell Nicki to shut up or she needs to be quiet, imagine if someone had told those artists to be quiet about the injustices, because what Nicki is going through is an injustice. Imagine if people told them to be quiet. Will these artists be regarded the same way? You know, my problem when it comes to the whole thing with Nicki Minaj is like other rap girls or not just rap girls, other people could say things and say it out loud and they're considered real or they're speaking up and people applaud them. But because Nicki Minaj comes off to people, and I'm just gonna call it a thing, I notice majority of people, there's either three type of people telling Nicki to shut up. You have people who don't really keep up with it, so they casually see her online. They might not even follow her page or see what's going on. They may just read like the blogs of the Shade Room or the paid blogs. So because they portray a certain way and they get paid, you don't have to say allegedly, but this has been proven, they get paid to portray certain celebrities a certain way. There's people who look at it and just like, oh my gosh, what is her problem? Is she ranting again? You have those people. So they're not really in tune. Then you have the stands. The stand-based group, you know, their fave is whether it's Beyonce or Cardi B or Meg, whoever. So they're going to, you know, be on stand stuff So no matter what Nicki said, Nicki could be saying the sky is blue, but because they feel like she shaded they faves or whatever, they're going to say it's a coke rant. Then you have people who I feel that's being willful ignorant. Like they're willingly being ignorant to whatever it is. They have their feelings about Nicki. And I've seen this a lot on TikTok. Like where you have people who, because whatever is clear as day, whatever trauma they deep down have, and certain celebrities and certain people, like Nicki Minaj, triggers them. They don't have a real reason not to like her other than she triggers them. And some people may not agree with my standpoint, but this is just what I pick up. For whatever issue, they just don't want to hear from her. But they claim to be so woke, and they call them the Shea Butter community. That's the name they give them. They give them on Twitter and stuff. They claim to be so woke and everything, but Nicki represents everything they don't like about the opposite or even themselves. So let's talk about it. So they're being willfully ignorant to what she's saying. You know, they're making it like, oh, she's spiraling, she's having a breakdown. I can understand if you don't like the way she's doing it. Maybe you don't, you know. Although some of these same people people like ranting like 50 Cent, or, you know, they find it funny when they troll Diddy or whatever, right? But you may not like how she's going about it. But to sit there and say that she's wrong, or to discount what she's saying as her just spiraling, going crazy without actually doing the research and looking at not only what she say, but what others have said about RocNation, is being willfully ignorant in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I just feel like, and a lot of people have said it, hell, academics confirm what a lot of celebrities feel. RocNation, Jay-Z, they want to be a monopoly. So they give some of the worst contracts. You're talking about selling your soul? Sign a RocNation. What Desi Perez is doing is not okay. But a lot of people won't look at it because it's their fave. And I just feel like what ends up happening with artists who like this speak out against the machine, everybody tell them you're wrong. What ends up happening is years later, when stuff comes out, people have questions. Well, why didn't anyone say anything? Most recently, the Diddy case, people wondering, why didn't people say anything? Well, there was people speaking out, and y'all told them to shut up. Made them out to be crazy. You know, I personally feel like it's protect black women, except for the ones we don't like. That's one of the reasons why I don't portray myself to be a girl's girl, because that be some fake movement online. But I just feel like that on one hand, I do feel like that when it comes to Nicki Minaj. On the other hand, now this is me also being fair and objective across the board. Nicki Minaj, I'm with you when you write. Because a lot of people think she just wanted acceptance. No, she don't. She's not asking for acceptance. She's asking for resolve to her. Just like Monique was, and then came out Monique was right. But here's the thing, Nicki. You don't want to be like Monique, where people look over what you're saying, like terms and conditions. What I would suggest is, even though, yes, speak out. That's one of the things we love about Nicki, if you're a fan of her. But there needs to be some action done behind it, because the fans can only do so much. You get what I'm saying? We gonna champion Nicki. We gonna push whatever she's saying. But there has to be something done behind what she's saying. And that's the part I think that could turn the first group, like I said, off. I think that if there's not going to be any lawsuit, maybe there can't be. If there's not going to be some action behind it, then where do you go from there? And that's the question I think a lot of people that love Nicki wants to know. But they're with her when she calls out RocNation. Because they've been trying it, not with her, just her. They've been trying it for quite some time. So, we're going to get into the reading and see what's going to be the outcome of all this. How will this play out and everything. I told you guys I think that Jay-Z is eventually going to step down for RocNation. But we're going to get into that, guys and goddesses. So, if you want to get into the rest of the video, this is where it will be in my Patreon. I hope to see you there. And if not, peace out. I hope you have a wonderful day. Check out my other videos I have. So let's go ahead and get into it.